Now a fishing legend in his own mind, Rick Jordan.
The only legend has to be in my mind. Skunked.
Well, that's sad.
2 days fishing, Island Lake, skunked.
You're not using the right equipment is what I'm guessing.
I wonder if somebody could help me find the right equipment.
Yeah.
Hey, Russ Francisco, good morning. Welcome to the Frenzy.
How you doing, man?
Pretty good. I'm not alone in getting skunked. There were other people out there that skunky too.
Interesting. I wonder why. Fishing in the wrong spot.
Yes, that, using the wrong bait. I don't know. Hey, the ALS tournament was very well attended.
Oh, yes. Extremely.
Yeah.
Lots of people fishing, lots of people at the dinners. It was, we actually, that dinner is a great dinner on Saturday because we had some of the doctors that are working on the projects to cure and treat ALS, and so it was nice to hear what they had to say, and so it was a good night.
I remember when this first started many years ago now. Mm-hmm. I asked him what this tournament is all about, and one of the oldest Colquist boys said, "It's not about anything unless we can do this for a very, very long time." And he was right, and slowly but surely they're working on it.
Yeah, it's getting better all the time. I've got a friend that's had ALS for maybe 20 years now, and he was in one of the test programs in California, and he was on a walker and heading for a wheelchair, and he walks with a cane, getting stronger. So it'll never be you where you and I can walk without a cane, but maybe, who knows? But he's getting stronger, and so that's good. They've got medicines that are helping.
You're parked with your flashers on?
I am not. I'm turning.
Okay. I can hear the tick, tick, tick.
Can you? Okay.
Yeah. Good. That's cool. So what have you heard? Lake Superior fishing, inland lake fishing? Some good stories?
Yeah, overall, my grandson Austin is on the ESCO junior bass thing. We went to Fish Lake last night. We managed to catch a bass and a few northerns, so it was a lot of fun. But overall, walleye fishing's been great. At least on the St. Louis River on Lake Superior, it's been unbelievable. A ridiculous amount of 30-inch fish. Yeah. Ridiculous amount. And so that's been wonderful. Cold fishing's still good. Lake trout fishing's excellent. They're just taking a few nice-sized Chinooks. Some up to 20 pounds, most of them in the teens, and smaller. But we've had a good run of it. I mean, a really good run of it. And so we'll see what Mother Nature gives us. This water could have come earlier, but that's okay. We'll take it. We'll take it. It'll be good.
Yeah. Island Lake, our last visit up there was Sunday. It was still about 2 feet down.
It's amazing. It's amazing. In fact, I went and grabbed my 14-foot boat and the 25-horsepower motor, and I said, this is what we're going to go fishing. And I'm not taking an 18-foot boat with big horsepower on that thing because I'm not familiar with Fish Lake that much. And I said, we had 4 people in the store this week, 2 total boats and 2 lower units gone. Off of Fish Lake, so be darn careful. You might think you know where you're going, but you don't anymore.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. I'm going back to the ALS tournament one more time. Talking with some people, 30 years ago, whenever this thing was started, I asked them on the air here, this very show, what's it going to do? What's the end result? He said the end result is we got to keep doing this and raising money, and they've done it, and that's the greatest part.
Yeah, over $300,000, and then we're in conjunction with the Blizzard Tour, so millions and millions of dollars come out of this community to help fight ALS, and so a lot of that money goes into research, but a ton of it goes into fixtures and wheelchairs and beds and stuff for people that get the disease, and then that's to help them live a better life while we're waiting or while we're hoping that a cure is coming. So, but it helps them out. So a lot of that money goes back to helping people with ALS. So not just in the research. So it's a very important thing.
Congratulations to everybody involved with it, anglers and organizers too, volunteers. Way to go. Okay, back to the St. Louis River. 30-inch walleyes by the dozens. Is that what I heard?
It was nuts. It was that AIM tournament. It was in town. Lots of 30-inch fish. Out in the big lake, Jaws tournament, 30-inch fish. Charter captains talking about every day catching 30-inch walleye. So it's been quite a year. That means the lake is healthy. The fishing is healthy. That's good. It's good for the whole area. So it's good. And lots of fish, 22, 23, 18s. I mean, all the classes are doing good. So that's good. It's really good news.
That's fantastic. Let's go back some history there too. Early 80s, maybe late 70s, when they put the treatment plant online. Mm-hmm. What a difference.
Well, when I worked at the marina, which is now Spirit Lake, when it was Eddie Drill's place, we've seen 30-inch walleyes all the time, belly up, coming down the river. I mean, it was crazy. The water has cleaned up so much, we even see browns in the upper part of the river. So the browns have reintroduced themselves into the river. Most of these fish got planted in Wisconsin, but people actually catch them in Arrowhead Flats now and then and stuff. So the water is really good shape, and it's it was so polluted that there was foam coming down the river, and unless you were 20 years old at the time, you wouldn't remember that. And so, and then the pollution plant came in, and if you remember, right after that, we had a massive flood. Yes. And I remember talking to the guys from the feds who were in the store down at Drills at the time, said, put us ahead, because I was still, even though the marina had changed, I was still working at the marina a lot, and they had said that put us ahead 30 years. Really? And the water started cleaning up, so that flush put us ahead 30 years, and so it was pretty good. Now we've had 3 floods, that one and 2 more since. So the river's flushed out really good. So I think as the water cleans up more and more, when you start to see people say, "Hey, I caught browns or I caught lake trout in the harbor," that's really good news. I mean, that's super good news. If those fish will go into that water's pretty darn clean. So we're pretty fortunate.
Wow. Way to treat Mother Nature.
Well, we owe it.
Yes, we do. Wow. Yep, it's something else. What kind of lures would we want to be using, say, for a 30-inch walleye in the river?
Well, most of these were caught on plastics. It's an interesting thing. I was just talking to Matt up at Fisherman's Corner the other day, and the amount of plastics we're selling compared to years ago. I mean, and not that we're still not selling a lot of minnows and worms and stuff, but people have learned how to use plastics, and more people are using plastics all the time. So 10 years ago, we had 2 feet of plastics, some Mr. Twisters and some stuff like that. Today, we have almost 40 feet of plastics throughout the store, and for different things, whether it's muskies, northerns, or anything. A lot of paddle tail stuff. Even Rapala came out with Crush City, and Z-Man has come out with all new kinds of stuff. I mean, it's incredible the amount of plastics that have come out, and split tails, the auger tails from Mr. Twister are still available, paddle tails, all these different type of baits that have different actions, and people have learned how to use them. A lot of folks don't even buy minnows anymore if they're going up north, and of course, the boundary waters drove a lot of that too, because you can't take live baits into a lot of the boundary waters, lakes, or anything that was once alive.
Colors?
White and gray have been really good this year, but I'm sure as the water warms up, it'll go to chartreuse and other colors. But white is, for 2 seasons, we have not been able to keep white on the shelf. And, of course, black, both extremes. So I suppose a lot of it looks like leeches. The other stuff looks like the belly of a fish, minnow maybe or something. I'm not sure, but white has been unbelievable. Okay, some good deals at Marine General. So it's Father's Day time. We always do the 20% off tackle Rick Jordan special. Yay, you and I came out with that years ago. This year we're going to run the Rapala bucket like we did during ice fishing. So this is a bucket. It's got a rope handle, really nice handle in the bottom. It'd be good for ice fishing, summer fishing, washing the boat, hauling feed around the farm, baiting, whatever you do with it. Just a really nice, strong bucket. We're going to sell them. They're $25. We're going to sell them for $15, and all the Normark stuff, Rapala, VMC, Blue Fox, Lure Jensen, Crush City, all the tools, anything you put in that bucket, you get 20% off. Unbelievable. And it's a Rick Jordan special. It is indeed. Russ, you're the best. Thank you very much. Okay, see you, buddy. See you later. Russ at, of course, London Road. Mm-hmm. You were here. You Rick and I Jordan both special. You and I probably just started when that river flushed out in 19. Oh, yeah, right. That was back away, early 70s, I think. Yeah, I truly remember that. I remember going down there thinking, they got a sewer plant down here. What the heck? Yeah. And I caught
fish till the cows came home. In fact, I had one fish on. Do you remember the bridge? What's the name of that? I never remember.
The Arrowhead Bridge?
No, let's go that old wooden bridge. Railroad bridge.
Oh, Oliver Bridge.
Oliver Bridge.
Yeah.
Thank you. And
that's a fur piece down there.
It's a down ways there,
okay.
and I thought I kind of like it here. And I've got a little 3-horse motor and a 14-foot boat, and I catch a snag, and the snag pulled me all around there for about 30 minutes. And
that's a pretty active snag.
It was, yeah. I never did see that snag, though. There were a couple of people in a boat that turned off their. They quit fishing. They just followed the fish, and they said, "It's this big."
Ooh.
Well, what is it? We can't tell. I still, to this day, don't know if it was a whale or a big walleye.
Well, that's his fish story, and he's sticking with it.
And we better take a break then.
9:25.
Pat Kugel joins us today. Sweet little
good
Pat.
morning.
Sweet little Pat.
Oh, my God.
Sorry.
That's pretty funny.
A week ago on this very show, about this time, I said a friend of mine up on Lake Vermilion had his boathouse broken into, and they stole this, that, and the other thing. And one of the most valuable stuff they took was 18 gallons of gasoline that he was expecting to have.
Oh, no.
Yeah. They caught the kid, the guy.
Did they?
Yeah, the sheriff up there sent a press release out. Congratulations, buddy. Way to be a cop.
Oh, it's always good when they get caught, isn't it?
Yeah, I hope they can find his stash now and return it to everybody.
Yeah, gosh darn it. I don't get a job.
Get a job. Hey, if you got guns, you got to be safer. You need a what?
Well, you need, anything really. Shotgun's your best line of defense for most people, to be honest with you.
No, we want to lock our stuff up and.
Yeah, we do that, and gun. Of course, it's pretty hard. You wouldn't put 18 gallons of gasoline in a gun safe, but just about everything else can go in there. That's for sure. So we do have quite a few of the to pick from right now. Great Father's Day gift. Father's Day is right around the corner.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Savage, who's been around making rifles forever, is doing a nice Father's Day, $50 mail-in rebate on any Savage Access 2 or Pro or anything. So that's what they're doing for Father's Day. And, we always have gift certificates too, but a safe is nice. That's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
That's for sure. We sell them for Christmas. We can sell them for Father's Day. We should sell them for Mother's Day. We should have.
Yeah.
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
When I was the first gun I had, I wanted a Savage because a buddy of mine's family had one. I thought, that is cool, and what a great name.
They've always been here. And they're American-made, and they were kind of the little red-headed stepchild for a long time. And when in truth, the guns have always performed very well. And, of course, now in the last 10, 15 years, they've really stepped up to the plate, and have the Pro Series, but they've always have been around, always performed a great company to do business with. So I agree. There's a lot of them out there, rim fires, center fires, yeah, for sure. I just have to switch gears here a little bit.
Good.
Yes, we have a new ruling in the state of Wisconsin. And what it is this. If you have a Wisconsin concealed carry permit with you, that is obviously viable and updated. When you come in to buy a long gun in the state of Wisconsin, there will be no delay.
Oh,
I don't know if
cash and carry.
Familiar. Yeah. I don't know if you're familiar with delays, but they happen because of computer, issues, or sometimes it just happens to bagged up. But if you have a viable Wisconsin concealed carry permit, now this only applies to long guns. If you buy a handgun, you still have to go through the whole physical background check, but Wisconsin is usually much faster than the federal government. But so that's just recently been passed. It's a new deal, so it's kind of nice. They figure you've been checked out once already. We're not going to check you out again for a long gun. the handgun background checks still stand. They will have to fill out the 4473, and like they usually do, it's just that there'll be no delay. So that's pretty big news.
That is big news.
Yeah, that's pretty big news.
Yeah, the government actually cooling down a little bit.
Yeah, and we've been, trying for years, and all of a sudden they got up one morning and decided to do it. So, and this is the state of Wisconsin, who wasn't that many years ago were the strictest, with the most rules. Not as many as California or Massachusetts, but so they thought, that's a huge deal, and of course people might be a little confused, and we expect that. But if you do have a concealed permit that's up to date, carry it with you anyhow, and you're supposed to, but keep it on hand because we have to have a copy of that. So that's my big news.
I like it.
We do too.
So if somebody comes in, they say, I like that rifle, you can go out with it that day.
Yes, you can.
But the handgun?
You still have to do the background check. You pay in the state of Wisconsin, you pay $10 to do the background check. We call it in, and they're do it on the computer and they're gone. But Wisconsin's handgun background check was a gold rule for a long time. They were one of the first ones to incorporate this, and they do a fine job too. So that's what we have, and probably upon hearing that, more people will be looking, to get concealed carry permits just for that reason alone. The delays, I know people think they're our fault, but they're not. It happens, but it just makes life a little easier, but still within the law guidelines.
Of course. Yeah, if you if the customer thought about it a little bit, you as the dealer don't want a delay. You want to get the guy out the door and.
No, of course not.
Yeah.
Of course not. There's never a Saturday when somebody comes, and maybe we've had it happen when, they're from downstate and on a hunting trip and want that, as people do, I need that and want it, and then there's delays, so no, we don't know. Now this, of course, there is an instant delay in the federal government. I don't want to complicate this conversation, but I guess I will. If you're under 21, they will automatically delay you for pretty much however long you want. If you're buying a shotgun, which you can buy a shotgun at 18, but they will delay you. There's no way. Now it's been around now for about not quite a year, but quite a long time.
Okay. So, some good deals.
Well, again, I was pretty excited about this $50 off on the Savage Access because some of these guns are, that's quite a bit. Also, once again, I mentioned the consignments. We're having yet some more come in. Very, very, very interesting guns, very much so, and we should have them out, probably in about 4 or 5 days or maybe less. So if you want to just shop in and browse around, we want to see you, and we're here to help. And any conversation you want to have with us, expand on our knowledge to you.
Yes, and you got plenty of parking around the store.
Yep, we do. Mm-hmm.
And you're located at
the corner of Ogden and Winter in Superior, right across from our favorite pizza place. And we're open Monday through Friday 9 to 6, Saturday 9 to 5.
And if you're looking for Dave Strandberg, you'll find him at that pizza place.
Indeed, but not drinking beer, would he?
No. Never seen him drink.
Never.
Okay, thanks, Pat. And the reason, Dave, that I've never seen you drinking beer is because I'm pretty near blind.
All right, we'll be right back.
I've always liked that song.
Yeah. See the Rick Jordan or Wild thing. You're come to either one, right?
I don't Wild.
All right.
Also, DNR reports in Minnesota that they are looking for volunteers to help count loons.
Oh, really? A loon counter.
And I will go too, because we had two on our dock the other day.
Wow.
I don't know how they got up there.
How do you know you're only counting them once?
Good point.
I don't know.
Okay, every day we go down there. 1, 2. The next day, 3, 4. We got 62.
Could be the same 1, 2, yeah.
62 lakes, or 62 loons on a 10-acre lake.
All
right. Johnny Charleston, good morning.
Good morning.
Well, the ALS tournament turned out pretty good.
Yeah, it was a good day of business for us, and a lot of people went out there to support the cause. And it's nice to see the contest seems to be growing again because we had a busier day this year than we've had for a couple years now. So
I had some minnows, leeches, and crawlers from your shop, and I will have to admit that the crawlers were better than the leeches or minnows.
Yeah,
that's just me.
Not just you, because I've been packing more crawlers this year than I can remember. There is so many people using crawlers and having success with them. Crawlers are, for some reason this year, seem to be on fire. So we're every day I gotta take a couple hours and pack more crawlers.
Yeah. Would you use a 2-hook harness or a 3 harness?
Oh, I like a single hook.
Do you?
And the problem with the single hook though is you got to open your bail and really let them take it.
Oh yeah.
To me, they look so much better when they're just hanging by the one hook, but it takes them a while to eat one of those big crawlers, and you set the hook too fast, and then they're
then you got half a crawler.
You got half a crawler, and they got half lunch. So
yeah. How deep would you be fishing this week?
Probably about like on like boulder and fish, I'd probably be about 10 feet of water, but island, I would probably be looking at more structure and getting down there around 15 or so.
Yeah. Okay, I kind of agree with that. Watch out for the rocks. Island Lake's still down a couple of feet. Very scary.
Yeah. There's been a few people keeping the lights on at the prop shop this year, and that's it's good for them. But I don't want to bump my prop and skeg on anything right now. That'd be sad.
I bought a stainless steel prop a few years ago. I'm afraid to put it on because if I'm going to hit a rock, that's going to go right up into the engine. If you've got the old plastic thing, it won't do as much damage.
Yeah, definite. The stainless steel, they're beautiful and they're nice and they give you better efficiency, and we all love them until we hate them because you bump something and then you bend something important inside, and that's you gotta be careful, and you want to use those in areas where you're never going to touch bottom because that's a tough day. Yeah,
and you say, well, okay, so I'll put a new prop on, but you've damaged some stuff inside your motor that you can't fix.
Yeah, you get a bend in that shaft, or you start breaking stuff inside the motor, then it's more extensive repairs. Yep.
But I work 2 hours a week. I can afford it.
Yeah.
All right. So tell us about some good deals we can find at Charleston's.
Well, today with this rain, perfect day to come in and try out some bows. And if you're buying one of the flagship Matthews bows, any of the accessories you purchase with your bow at the time of sale, we'll take 10% off on the package deals today. Good. And off of all the accessories. And for $20, we'll fill up your propane grill for those 20-pounders for the grilling. We've got a lot of propane going out the door this time of year too. Lots of grilling, but not a lot of grilling today in this rain, I don't think.
Oh, come on! But be tough.
Tomorrow's another day, and it's going to get nice out. And we did need a little rain because there's still a couple of fires out there smoldering. I'd like all them fires to go away, please.
I'm tired of that smell.
Yeah, hard to breathe.
Yeah, it is. And think of the people that lost cabins, outbuildings, trees. Icky stuff. Yeah. Icky. All right, hours.
Yeah, way up in Canada, too, yeah.
Oh, way up there.
Our bait shop hours these days are open up at 6 a.m. and close down at 8, and the archery hours 9 a.m. close down at 8 and 7 on Sundays.
Good. Johnny, keep a tight line. We'll be seeing you in a few minutes.
Fantastic.
Thank you. All right, we'll be right back after a break. I got a note from the Minnesota DNR. I got a lot of notes this week.
Oh, really?
Yeah. One was, did you buy a license?
Well, you better.
If you did, they will want to know a reply of how you did on your fishing trip.
Oh, for crying out loud.
And they may publish it.
Wow. Assuming you did good.
Well, you always say you did.
Okay.
No, I ran into a dock and a rock and ran out of gas.
All right.
So, no, just do that. It's kind of cool. I did it, I guess, last year. And some guy that I knew said he saw my paragraph.
Oh, for crying out loud.
Oh, the funny thing was I wrote 5 pages.
They have the right to edit.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Dave Miller, top of the morning to you at Northwest Outlet in Superior.
Oh, good morning, Rick. Good morning, Dave, and good morning, everybody. And you know, I got to say, I'm kind of happy to see that it's raining out.
Yes, 10-4 here too.
Oh yeah, and you know, you were just talking about the DNR, and Scott sent me something here from Fox News about Minnesota's going to be requiring drivers training per se for boat operators coming up, and it sounds like it starts out with kids, younger, with younger adults, but then the little quick thing that I read said that up through I forget how many years, 3 years or 4 years, whatever it is from now, they're going to require everybody to have a operator training.
Is that Minnesota or Wisconsin?
Minnesota.
Really?
Minnesota. And that's the first I heard about it was just a quick little shot this morning here. So I guess we have to kind of dwell into that a little bit more and see, because it's like, I'm old enough that the first boat I had oars.
Yeah, and it leaked.
Yeah, well, it didn't leak, but it didn't go very fast either. It was called a Lumacraft.
Oh yeah.
And but I did for many years. I had a Coast Guard captain's license because of selling the Sea Dory boats that we sold. And,
oh yeah.
And I know that applies in some states for operator, permit, but it's something that we all got to take a look at. And they said it was like $35 for the training video, and that doesn't go to the state. It goes to the people that made the video. So they're going to be rich, and it's going to be interesting to see what shakes out of this.
Lesson 1, check the plug.
Yeah, right. I've done that a couple times.
Can I tell you a story? You got a second here?
Sure.
I had a boat. It was I guess maybe 14-foot Lund, and we called it the carrot boat. The plug had been put in and out, and it was aluminum plug, and it just got stripped. And so we're out there in the lake, and all of a sudden, it pops up. So what do you put in there? A carrot. She had a carrot in her food bag, and we boinked it in there, and it worked great until our dog decided orange, delicious.
Oh, yeah.
And she'd go over there and pull that carrot out and start chomping on it.
The dog eats carrots every day, but that's a great story. It's
story.
Like improvised, especially when you're way out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, you can stick your toe in it, put your foot over it. I don't know.
Yep.
Right.
And we got Father's Day coming up here next weekend, I guess it would be. That's always kind of a fun thing to get people going, but we're really into summertime right now. Things are getting going.
What do you think Dad wants for Father's Day?
A gift certificate to Northwest Outlet.
That would be a great gift, wouldn't it?
Oh, that figures. You own the store, and Strandberg's kids all work there.
Yeah. You know, I got to say that, like, for me, I can't think of a thing that I really need for a gift. I needed a new watch, so I just went out and bought one the other day. So that's not even on the list. But that's where the gift certificates come into play, and you know, people maybe the gifter doesn't realize it, but so many times you get a customer that comes in that got a gift certificate, and they are just happy as clams to have that gift certificate and be going through stuff. So I'm sure you get a thank you for giving a gift certificate, but I got to tell you, a lot of times it goes a lot deeper than that with the person that receives it, and that's a really good thing.
What are your hours at Northwest Outlet Superior?
We are open Monday through Friday, 9 until 6, Saturday, 9 to 5:30. We're closed on Sundays. Folks, I found a wood tick on my ankle the other day.
Yeah.
It's been there a couple hours, and we got them. But ticks are out. You got to be checking for ticks every night. Best way to do it. But everybody get out, get rain gear if you need it, but have fun. It's worth being outside. Thanks. Have a great weekend, everybody.
Thanks, Milty. Matt King is with us from Fisherman's Corner. Good morning, Matt.
Morning. How are you doing?
Good. But Dave Strandberg is going to jump in here. You've got something that we need to hear.
Adults and youth permit operators for boats.
Yes.
This takes effect apparently on the 1st of July. Young operators and some adults will need a valid operator's permit to operate certain motorized watercraft. For adults born after June 30th of 2004, the requirement starts in 2025. The law will extend to older age groups over time.
I see.
Youth restrictions. Youth operators cannot operate boats with more than 75 horsepower. They can operate boats that are with less than 75 horsepower if they're with an accompanied operator. The gradual rollout, the law will phase in over the next few years. The operator permit requirement starts in this year and gradually expands through 2028. New law aiming to improve safety on the water by making sure everybody knows how to run a boat.
Makes sense. What do you think, Matt?
So essentially, you got any 20-year-olds right now got to go through that class.
Yep.
Apparently,
it comes down to, I'll have to let my son know that. He'll have to do that. I'm sure it's online.
Yeah, Minnesota DNR's got all the info.
Yeah.
But your son, he's driven the boat already.
Oh, yeah, many times.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, now to be legal, you're going to have to, unless he's accompanied with an adult, right? So,
yeah, somebody who's older, I guess.
Well, it's not a bad thing, I guess. We do have a fair amount of boating accidents, and it's not a bad thing for a lot of people to go to even a quick safety update on boating and right-of-ways and different things like that.
Okay, we'll see how that pans out over the next X number of years, but
yes,
more restrictions.
Yeah, that's the only, you're getting, and I think at 20, to put it at that, I don't know. I think that's a little bit higher age than I would have liked to seen.
Yeah.
I think more like the 16-year-olds and under. I think it's what we say they're able to drive a car at 16. So, but is what it is, I guess.
Yeah, the government. Okay, Let's get back to how's fishing been.
Pretty decent.
Good.
Overall, people doing decent. I'm seeing a kind of a little higher. A lot of people going after some muskies now, I think, in pike and stuff, because we're selling quite a few with a large minnows. So that's kind of been a little uptick over the last few days, maybe even week. But we're selling a lot of chubs and things like that, going after chubs, crawlers, leeches. I'd say they're all pretty even right now. People going after walleyes and bass and the panfish too. They're kind of hitting everything right now. I mean, we're in full swing of everything.
I know the St. Louis River has been just obvious gangbusters this year.
Yeah, did you see last week there? I mean,
yes.
They had that contest, 10 fish, and the weight was 100 and some pounds. I mean, that's an average of 10 pounds of fish. I mean, that's pretty crazy, so we have a good walleye area around here, and it's not just that. There's Island Lake, Boulder Lake, there's Fish Lake, there's Rice Lake, there's Whiteface, and the list goes on. We have a lot of lakes around here that are all pretty good lakes, but yeah, the river has been just on fire, and it's been great. For sure.
And one of the cool things that we have is good landings accesses, and that helps us get out a lot more.
We do. There's, especially when you look at like that river, like you said, there's some nice landings up and down Wisconsin and Minnesota.
Right.
And it's very nice. Wisconsin has cleaning stations too, which make it pretty nice. You can clean your catch right there and don't have to, bring the guts back home. They got grinders there, and that's something I'd love to see Minnesota go towards.
Wow, that's interesting. That's a good thought. I had never brought that up to my people. That's a great idea.
Yeah, and they, and Wisconsin funds it with the cities right there. They charge you a launch fee and everything, and it's funded through all that, and. I think it's a pretty good. I think it's a great idea. I think Duluth could use that. You put one down at Rice's Point down there, maybe at Boy Scout Landing. It'd be great.
Hey, real quick, you got some good deals as the music sounds.
Rain gear 30% off, sun shirts, reels. There's the list goes on, but come on up and check it out. We've got plied with everything, and we sell a lot of unique baits too that you can't find at those big box stores. So stop up and check us out.
Tell you what else you got. You got people that know what they're talking about.
Well, that's the other thing. We'll try to get you out there, and we'll also take care of your warranty issues. And you're a person to us, not just a number.
Matt King, Fisherman's Corner, thank you very much.
Thank you. Have a good weekend.
Keep a tight line. See you on the lake. Thanks, Dave.